Whew. It's snowing a little bit, and the river is much higher than it was during the last weeks, so I had to be a little bit careful and did not walk into the water as far as I did in the last days. And also I couldn't go by bike because the road was too slippery, so I took the car and I just jogged down here to the river. But I prefer going by bike. Nevertheless, I'm very happy that I've made the cold plunge. Even though the conditions were not the best, but I enjoyed it. I hope that I don't freeze now. Where do I put the two? So today I really thought I'm a bit crazy because probably no one would do that here. I haven't seen anybody doing that. I never have seen anybody do that. So sometimes there are these events where they go into the ice water with hundreds of people, but they only do it once, and there are only very few who do it regularly. But I think it's doing something with your mind and with your body that you wouldn't get otherwise. And I think there is something about this Wim Hof method. So I read his book quite exactly 4 years ago, and I did cold showers then for half a year or so. But it's something different to do it in the river in the winter. You feel so much more connected to nature. It's hard to describe. And also these few hours that I'm out here, it's more than 1 hour. It's just a time where you can really come back to nature and just connect with nature again. So this is really, really nice, and I deeply enjoy it. And I don't really mind the cold plunge anymore. It's still cold, it still hurts when you get in there, and it's not nice in the first moments, but it really brings down your mind and you get into a calm state pretty easily and pretty quickly. And after starting these cold plunges, I started to read the Wim Hof book again. And there have been parts of it which I completely forgot about. So basically, it's about breathing techniques or a special method of breathing, and about doing these cold plunges. So he's telling everybody who's not living close to a river or to a lake, they should take cold showers for 2 minutes. I don't stay in the river for 2 minutes. I may be in there for 30 seconds or maybe a minute at max. But I think it's more intense also than having a cold shower. Because on Monday, 2 days ago, I did not have the time to come down here because I had an early appointment at work. So I just took a cold shower, and it was pretty easy. I was surprised. I also hated cold showers, and So I put my my timer on 1 minute, and after 1 minute I thought, wow, I can. Why don't I just stay in there? And I think I stayed in for at least half a minute longer. So I wouldn't have done that if it wouldn't have been easy. So doing the cold plunges here is definitely harder. Maybe the water is colder too, and you have just more water around you that drags out the heat of your body. So the cold plunges, they just train your body to regulate itself like it used to do it when we were living out here in nature without having heatings and hot showers and houses even. So our bodies are able to adapt to this. Now you can see the snow. That's crazy. So our bodies are able to do this, but if we don't use this skill, it's the consequences actually that we get sick with all these civilization illnesses. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but like diabetes and there are so much more. And also for the circulation system for the heart, it should be really good to put it through a stress test every now and then. So this is what's happening in the body, but also so what Wim Hof always say, you can tap into deeper regions of the brain and activate regions that haven't been activated for a long time. And it's just with a few minutes or with a minute or so in the cold water. And his breathing method, so he noticed when you go into the cold water, you gasp for air for a few seconds until you regulate your breathing and you're getting calmer and calmer. And so he did this heavy breathing already before he went into the water, and he practiced it without you getting in the water, and he noticed that you can get into a different state of mind only through the breathing. But of course, if you add the cold water to it, it just makes the experience much more much deeper and much more intense, I think that's the word. So I started doing the breathing again. I did it before, but I maybe 3-4 years ago, but then I stopped somehow because it involves holding your breath for very long, and because you're breathing heavily for, I don't know, for 3-4 minutes, and then you stop breathing completely, and then you can hold your breath longer than you would think. So I could hold my breath for 5 minutes or so, and I was getting afraid if that might hurt my brain if I deprive it from oxygen for so long. So I stopped doing it. But since doing the cold plunges, since reading the book, which I finished yesterday, I started to do the breathing again, and I noticed that it's helping with going into the water. It doesn't feel as cold if you have done the breathing before. And also if you do the breathing afterwards, so like this thing which I showed a few days ago, where you can warm up with his hands, it's also involved, breathing is also involved in that. So I think breathing is just a good addition to the cold plunges, so that's why I'm doing it again. And the third thing Wim Hof talks about is the mindset. So for going in there and for so he's done so many records in his life. He was I think was on Mount Everest without any gear or so. He was climbing other mountains just in his shirt, even though there was snow and ice, and he's dived under the ice. So he has put out so many records, and he says that he has done that because of his breathing method and because of the cold plunges. So there is a certain kind of breathing which you do. I think it's you do 20 breaths pretty deeply, and then you just calm down internally, and then you just imagine what you want to do. Like example, okay, I want to sit here today and I don't want to freeze, even though I have done the cold plunge. That's what I imagined this morning. So you really put this image in your mind and feel into your body and in every corner of your body, and put this message in there and feel if there's still resistance to that image, and you just wait and keep on breathing until your body completely accepts this image of you sitting here being warm after the cold plunge. And he says there comes a feeling of trust and of believing over you, and that's what I did this morning. And I don't really freeze, to be honest. My feet are a little bit cold. Maybe I have to focus on them tomorrow a little bit more. But apart from that, I'm not shivering. I'm okay. I'm not sure if I could sit here for hours, but just to record this video, that's fine. Yeah. So if you haven't tried this method, I would tell you just give it a try. There's nothing to lose, and I think there's a lot you can get out of it. So I feel stronger since doing that. I would say I'm more alive, and I'm also more confident and more proud of myself for having done that. I think if you would have told me half a year ago that I would do cold plunges at the end of November in this river here, I probably wouldn't have believed it. So now, having done this, I want to go through the whole winter. I'm already looking for coming out here in the summer when the sun is coming up at, I don't know, 5 or 6 in the morning, and it's already warm, the water is not as cold as it now, and you can really enjoy it. Well, I don't say that I don't enjoy it now, but I think it would be just awesome to be here in summer. Where you can stay in the water for 10 minutes without freezing, probably. It will be a whole different experience. And I also like the idea that if I do videos every day, and you can just follow the vegetation in spring getting green again, and seeing just a different, seeing everything in a different way, and just following nature just from your screen. Yeah. I think I will stop here because I'm not with my bike, so I need a little bit longer to walk up to the car until I'm home, and I don't want to be too late for work. Alright, enjoy your day and talk to you soon. Bye.